So today, I'm watching Outdoor Boys for the first time.
I'm gonna try to go up in those mountains. No trail, so we're just gonna have to find our way.
Already I feel cold. I would do something like this, but somewhere warm. I'm already feeling for him.
As you can see, there's a lot of dead wood around. That's why I chose this place. Plenty of firewood, plenty of wood to make my shelter, but there's also a lot of rabbits around. I'm seeing snowshoe hare tracks everywhere. These are snowshoe hare tracks. If we see one, we're definitely taking it for dinner.
Oh,
More snowshoe hare tracks. That'd be a great place to set a snare. Well, I got a late start and the sun's gonna set on me in a few hours, so I'm really looking for a campsite. I don't have time to build an elaborate structure, so I need a site that will allow me to get something comfy quick. I'm not sure exactly what that will be.
so what I want to know is that does he wonder if he goes with the whole team?
No, it's just
Or
him.
just him, somebody filming him.
No. He holds the camera in his own hands and he'll place it on like rocks and stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So he holds the camera himself.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
I can also tell from the type of trees that this isn't muddy, swampy ground. You really don't want to set up your camp on top of a frozen swamp only to have it thaw out and turn into a mud hole.
Yeah.
Check it out, it looks like a bulldozer just went through the forest. That's from a windstorm. Fire came through this forest and killed most of the trees a number of years ago. And then a windstorm came up and all the dead trees didn't have the strength anymore and they just flattened them.
I like this because he's actually telling you something. How the fire destroyed the places. Education as well. We take a lot of things for granted. We get up in the morning and we all sit in our nice houses with the heating on, sit in the office with the heating on. When there's one little bit of sweat comes to the forehead, ooh, sweat, let's put the fan on, let's put the aircon on.
See something down there that might make a good campsite.
Oh.
Hard to walk amongst all these down trees. They're covered with just enough snow that you can't really see where the holes are. I keep punching through and falling down. Oh, I am so hungry.
Look at the way I eat. I could go hours and days without eating. But if he says he's hungry, it means he's not fat adapted. If he was fat adapted, he probably wouldn't feel hungry. So if he was going to do it again, I'd say train yourself to become fat adapted. Then you will not feel hungry because almost every animal is fat adapted. Humans are the only ones who are not.
All right, this is what I was looking for.
Oh, he's got a gun as well.
It's a giant fireproof wall I don't have to build, and that's a really good thing. Not a lot of wind today, but I'm in this little nook along this ridge, so it's pretty sheltered over here, and certainly is a lot of dead wood. So I think we need to get going and build a fire. Man, I'll tell you what, it is cold. It's about 0 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
Wow.
I was all sweaty when I was walking around, but I am starting to get cold in a hurry.
I know he's making a YouTube video, but it's an adventure. I wouldn't go anywhere minus 18 degrees. Fuck that. He's dressed for it though. The closest I've ever been to something like that was when I was a Boy Scout back at school. And one of the badges, you had to go and camp outdoors. And it was in the mountains, the Kenyan forest. And what they do is they place all of you a mile apart in the woods, and it's dark, and they place you, and then you could hear different animals. And sometimes you're walking and you see, beware of snakes. Honestly, it was the scariest thing I've ever done. The line is feeling back and you're shaking like that. And they give you 2 sticks matches, and they give you some beef mince, and they give you, I don't know what else to eat. You're supposed to cook for yourself. And then after cooking, when the examiners come, they shouldn't see, you shouldn't have left a trace that you should have left it. So they look, make sure that everything is as if I. So when you cook, you got to hide all the wood. So imagine you go there and you got matches. That was the scariest part. So you make sure that, I put a piece of paper in my pocket. So you light the paper and then light the firewood. And so I've done that before. It was the scariest I've ever been, maligned and like that. And they this thing called bush babies. And their sound if they cry, sounds just like a baby. Just like a baby. All of a sudden you hear, boom, somebody cross in the air, running. And you're like this. Honestly, I've never been so scared.
I got a piece of flint and a steel striker. So I'm gonna need is a piece of char cloth. This is just an old linen shirt that I charred in a fire. You wanna hold it somewhere close to where the sparks are gonna go. You just need one of these sparks to hit the char cloth. See, there we go. See, caught a little ember in there. Now we're gonna wrap that in a cotton ball. There we go. It's burning.
Brilliant.
Now let's get this down in here.
Very good.
Gonna warm my fingers up. That didn't want to light. I had to use all my char cloth and all my cotton balls to get that started. Really don't want this fire to go out. It's gonna get even colder tonight, I'm sure of it.
So how is he going to keep it going? Is it need a lot more wood?
I'm just building the biggest bonfire I can. I want to melt all the snow around my shelter. I want to heat up the ground and heat up that root ball. By the time I get ready for bed, everything's got to be bone dry and warm. You don't want to build the fire up tall because all the heat just goes up. I want to spread it out so that it'll melt that ground as evenly and quickly as possible.
It's actually teaching you survival skills when you think about it.
All right, next on my agenda, I need to find 10 straight small spruce trees.
When you look at this, can you imagine what our ancestors actually went through? You know, hardship, hard conditions like that, and then you got to survive. Imagine us sitting in our houses in the central heating on and turning the temperature you want, have a hot shower. Look, this is brutal.
This time of year, the sun sets around 5 p.m. and won't be up until 10 a.m. That's about 17 hours of darkness. So
Wow.
I've got to have a lot of firewood if I'm going to keep from freezing tonight.
Well, there's no Wi-Fi. How is surviving without Wi-Fi? No, but honestly, it's interesting. I think it's an interesting watch. Just want to see what he does. Okay, so is he able to cook for himself or make something to eat?
I was going to say, do you think he's living one of the most more natural lives than any other human?
I personally think that's how we're supposed to live. We're not supposed to have all this, everything made for us, and some of us sit in our houses or TV all day, are working in an office. I think that's what we're supposed to do. Be moving, you know, surviving.
Because I've got to work in the dark so much, I've got to bring a ton of lights, both for the camera and for myself.
Okay,
Every time I do one of these trips, I bring about 5 to 10 pounds worth of batteries and lights. I'm getting pretty thirsty, so I'm gonna start melting some snow.
Wow. So he melts the snow. I want to see this.
I filled that pot full of snow up to the brim, and you can see it's only about a third full of water. You got to melt a lot of snow to get water. You see there's a bunch of dirt and pieces of wood in the bottom of the pot. No matter how clean the snow looks, there's always stuff in it. It's harmless, but you know, you don't want to drink it. I'm gonna probably have to do this 4 times tonight. I need a lot of water.
If he was fat adapted, he wouldn't need that much water because when you're a fatty meal, the body produces its own water. So actually, if he did this correct, if I was going to do something like that, I'd make sure as fat adapted, eat mainly fats and protein for years, and then I'll do this. Then you find that you probably wouldn't need any water at all.
Saying low temperature warning. Okay, we're gonna put it in my pocket. Feels like it's getting below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. All my batteries and lights and everything will start getting really affected by the cold.
It's like never stop. It's just, I suppose, if you're doing something like this, you've been doing it as a community. So everybody's doing their bit and sharing. So you'll be doing it by yourself. Maybe that's what makes it. But that looks like hard work, man. I give me my 5-star hotel. But it makes perfect sense.
That's a decent pile of wood. That's a
lot of wood for just one night, isn't it? He's actually just making an area that you can sleep. Very good.
Well, there we go. Got myself a shelter.
Very
It took
good.
me about 3.5 hours to build it. And it is roasting hot in here. It's like sitting inside a pizza oven. All this dirt below me and behind me holds the heat really well. So I've got heat radiating on my back. I got heat coming up from below, and I got the fire off to my left. It's pretty toasty. These logs are still a bit cold, but they'll warm up soon enough. Got a few more things I want to do before I go to sleep, but I am so hungry. I need to stop and make some dinner. All right. For dinner, I brought along some moose ribs.
Ooh, that's what you should be eating for dinner. Hope he's not going to tell me. And I brought some bread.
Got some garlic, salt, and pepper. All right. We want to cook these on a low heat very slowly. Well, there we go. Got the moose ribs buried in hot coals and dirt. The coals are really hot right now, but they're gonna cool off pretty quick. And we're gonna just let that sit for a couple hours. Gloves are pretty wet already. I just hang them out and dry them. Gotta get everything dry before bedtime.
I don't know how he sleeps. Because, yeah, with the fire, let's see.
Wait for those ribs to cook. I'm gonna go ahead and make up some bread dough.
Here we go. I was just hoping that you wouldn't say, make bread, shut up. Listen, humans managed to survive the ice age. Do you know what they used to eat? Mammoths. Nobody ate bread. There was no bread.
While I wait for the ribs, I'm gonna go ahead and make some soup for dinner.
Oh, I was so impressed. And then you put that no soup, that I don't even know what that is. No soup, a multi-ingredient. It's like chemical potion. So, wish I hadn't watched it now.
All right, night, I'm going to add a little ugali to my chicken noodle soup to give it a little bit more calories. Ugali is just ground up white corn maize, and it's a staple food in East Africa.
I used to eat that as a child. It's called ugali. It's Kenyan. I think Ugandan and Tanzania, they eat that as well. It's corn, it's a powder. It's just basically carbohydrates nonsense still. It's not, I ate it as a child at school almost every day. And I wouldn't eat it now even if you paid me.
Oh, I can smell the moose. It's cooking a little too fast. Nothing fancy, just a thick chicken noodle soup. Oh man, it hits the spot.
They say on your plate, you've got carbs, fats, and protein. Eat the carbs last. I say combine the fats and protein, eat them together, and eat the carbs last. Because as soon as you eat the carbs first, your insulin level goes up. So what he's done is not the smartest. I would have eaten the meat first.
Whoa. Oh, that's actually pretty soft. Oh, I think I nailed that. Look at that beautiful piece of moose meat.
Yeah, I'd have cooked it less.
We've been eating a lot of moose this fall. That moose I shot had 567 pounds of meat.
Wow, that's amazing.
We've been really enjoying it. Got some barbecue sauce here.
Here we go. Dude, if you want to live like that, go a bit wild. Cut out all the no chicken soup and no garlic and the barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce is just a potion with sugar in it. You don't need that. You make a nice mousse like that, then you put barbecue sauce on it. That just ruins it. But I like what he's doing. I like they're trying to keep it natural.
Well, all right, guys, it's 10:30. Got a belly full of food. Got a roaring fire. Got firewood drying around the side of the fire. And my bed's pretty warm. I think the biggest problem is going to be my back. This is not comfy. It's better than sleeping on concrete, but only barely. The only thing to sleep in I brought was this wool blanket. But honestly, I'm going to use it as a pillow. I'm going to put my hip bone right on the balaclava to try to keep from hurting my hip in the middle of the night. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to try to get some sleep. I'm pretty tired.
If you do this again, the best way to do it is just take all the carbs out and just live on the animal fat and animal protein. You'll feel amazing. You won't feel tired.
Hey, it's about 7:40 in the morning and my back is killing me. Stayed mostly warm throughout the night. Had to get up and stoke the fire a bunch. Even had to go cut a little bit of firewood around 4 a.m. Man, oh, my back is sore. I never sleep well sleeping on wood beds like this.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's better than sleeping on the ground, but it's hard.
You got to give it to him though. That's impressive.
I need to get some more coals going for my breakfast, so I'm using this thinner stuff to make coals. Didn't bring a cooking griddle or anything like that. This is real bare minimum camping today. So we're gonna make bread straight on the coals.
I like how dirty his hands are touching the bread too.
It's looking pretty good. Yeah.
Or couldn't you have just put that little dough thing on a stick and then hold it like you do with marshmallows? Water. Every time you eat a gram of carbohydrate, your body will demand a 3-part water. So that's why it feels like it needs water all the time. If you eat differently, you can do this and literally just enjoy it. I'm looking at it thinking, because if I had an area where I could just go and do content like that, I wouldn't mind. I'd love it.
Oh, my butter is so frozen.
Was that butter?
I think so,
Yeah. The bread didn't have to look that rank. It could have just Healthy, or they could have good name. With the steak, just so healthy Abbew. What's that? Honey. Oh, that's honey with syrup.
Melted butter and warm honey.
Honey.
Oh, that's pretty good. Flour is such a great backpacking food.
Flour is one of the worst backpacking food. Something like biltong or beef jerky. At least you know that it just got beef in it. That's would be the best, like fatty meat in a form of biltong or beef jerky. No flour. A load of boiled eggs. Just carry container of boiled eggs. See all the honey, that's just sugar. Sugar, it's fine, but
Well, it's about 8:50 and we're starting to see some color in the sky. Sun's gonna be up probably in the next 30 minutes or so. I'll tell you what, it was definitely below zero and I stayed warm. My back's killing me, but I was warm. You know, I've tried out a lot of different survival shelters and hands down, this is my favorite one if you're dealing with cold weather. If you're getting rained on or snowed on or there's lots of wind, a lean-to might be better, but if you're just straight up trying to survive the cold, this is the best. The shelter isn't complicated. The key is just making sure you warm up the ground and warm up whatever's going to be behind you. The second key is to try to get your bed higher than the fire. Heat goes up, and so that if you're slightly elevated, you're going to catch a lot more of that fire's heat than if you were down on the ground with the fire.
I got to say I'm impressed. The only thing I would change with what he's doing is just the food. You just change the food. If I was going to do something like that, just make sure that you're completely fat adapted. You can just keep going. You know, you can even just say, I'm not eating today and just feel amazing still. Like I would do that and literally just walk around in the woods for about 3 or 4 days without eating or drinking.
Well, this has been fun, but I think it's time to pack it up.
So it kills the fire completely. I have to say, I've just watched that. I'm so impressed with what he did, apart from what he ate. It's something that I would want to try. So hopefully, watch this space. Thank you for watching, and let me know if there's any other videos you want me to react to in the comments. Thank you.